to Let's Talk on Houston City Beat. I'm Lisbeth Newton, and with me today is MrJonez. Welcome to Let's Talk.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So, MrJonez, you do quite a lot out there in the entertainment world. You are a singer, a songwriter, you're a two-time Grammy contender, and what I love best, in addition to you're also a producer and an actor. One of the things that I love best about what you do is that you create music with a message. Tell us about that message that you create.
Okay, so it's more of a positive message when it comes to the music. We have enough negative music out there already, right? So, for example, I have a song called Addicted, which covers addiction that goes on in our country and throughout the world. And it's more of uh, letting the world know that you can be addicted to food, you can be addicted to sugar, you can be addicted to drugs, alcohol, other things that you can be addicted to. Like myself, I'm addicted to music, right? So
Yeah.
the message just it's a more positive message to bring awareness about addiction that covers everything.
Okay. And I also know that during Valentine's Day this last year, you were proclaiming to have a message of love. Do you want to share that with us?
Yeah, so again, it's I'm very much I kind of wear my heart on my sleeve, right? But I'm very much about love. You know, God is love. I'm a strong believer, and love is something that I feel like cures everything. So instead of being, like I said before, instead of being on a negative, lower vibrational frequency, I think love is much higher vibrating, and that's where I want to be at.
That is just beautiful. I absolutely love that. What influenced you when you were young to what you do now? What was your primary influence?
So, unfortunately, my cousin had passed away. He was 18 years old. He actually died in a car accident. And he was one of the major influences. He would just tell me to like just write or, make up lyrics. And I'm like, how do you, what do you want me to have? I don't know how to do this. So he just would just say, rap, make words rhyme. And he was a very heavy influence in my career, very in the very beginning. I probably was maybe 12, 11 years old. And I was doing this, like what they call freestyling. And I just started writing poetry. And then once I started writing poetry, I started getting into and more involved in the lyricist part of it. And then it just grew from there. And now I'm here with you guys on your talk show.
That is beautiful. So I know that you live on the West Coast, and we met through the Houston City Beat community group because you saw some interviews that we had done in collaboration with Jay Reckless,
Mhm.
and you've worked closely with Jay Reckless. So tell us about what it's like to work with Jay.
It's great. I actually spoke to him last night. So it's been a ton of fun. We met at one of my shows that I was doing with Afroman, and I was his opening act, and he was doing I don't know what the word is right now. A little nervous, a little shy, but he was doing like the commentating and bringing out the artists to come on stage and things like that. And we just
So he was
clicked.
like the MC or like the host of the.
Yeah, he was the host. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so and we just instantly clicked. And very good. It's been very, very positive and very great to be working with him.
That's amazing. And we're really excited to have you as a member of the Houston City Beat community group, especially because your music is so positive. We really work hard to keep that group as positive as possible. And with artists like you producing the type of content that you do, we really do appreciate it because it makes our job in monitoring that group so much easier. So thank you.
You're welcome and thank you.
Yeah. And I also know that you are in the process of finalizing you're working on a project right now, a movie
Mhm.
project. And where are you in that process? Are you done with it? Is that movie ready to be launched? Tell us more about that.
Okay. So we're in the process now to where we're basically just allowing the public. We're doing it a little different with this. This is my very first script that I wrote and have written rather, and the partnership that I have done with the people that's going to be helping me launch this film, the management company, very wonderful people. I like to give a shout out to them as well, Lake Davis and them. We're in the process of basically raising money for the film. And the way that we're doing that is that we're going to, before we go into like major corporations, like what regular films would actually do, right? They'll get tons of hundreds of millions of dollars, right? We're doing this differently. We're allowing the public to get involved. So, for example, you can go to the website nathanjonesproject.com and pull up that information. And we have things in there to where people can just donate $50 and be part of the movie. So we want them to actors, actresses, directors, co-directors. We want the people involved with this particular film. So we're giving an opportunity for people of the public to get involved versus just saying, hey, here's $200 million, go film the film, right? So
Yeah.
we're really, and this is global. This is going to be a global situation with the distribution company that I'm working with. So you'll be able to get this film all over. It's going to be on Amazon. It's going to be on your any streaming platform that you can think of, with the exception of Netflix at this time, right?
Okay.
But where we're at with this film is we're basically in the fundraising portion of it to give people a chance to even be part of it.
Okay. So you're basically doing crowdsourcing to gather the funds needed to start and complete the film.
That is correct.
Okay, perfect. And how much time have you all given for that that fundraising, and where are you at the process? How much more do you have left?
So we just started. We just launched it, right? We just finalized the website. I think it was last week, so it's fairly new. And we're at the beginning process of it, which is why I want to come out and do these interviews and get things out there to the public so they can be aware of it. So with that being said, again, we're at the beginning stages of the fundraising portion of it.
Okay. And are you free to disclose how much in total you're looking to raise?
Yeah, so we're looking for about 30,000.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So like
So
in those
30,000 total.
at this point, yeah.
Okay. All right. And what do people get in return? So someone is watching this and they say, you know what? I'm going to put in $500 for this, or I'm going to put in $20,000 for this. What do they get in return for that?
Absolutely. So there's several different plans and several different packages once you whatever you decide to donate. So for example, the $500 package, are you a person who's donating to be part of the film, or just someone who's looking to bring brand awareness? So we would have to disclose those type of things from each individual who or company that actually invested. So there's a few different things. You might get a IBMD credit. You may be able to be co-director. You may get a part in the film. You may be able to come to the viewing of the film, right? There's so many different packages. That's why I would urge people to go to that website, the NathanJonesProject.com.
Okay, so it's Nathan, as your name is spelled, Nathan Jones.com.
Yeah, NathanJones project.com.
Oh, project.com.
Yeah.
Okay, I missed on that project part. Okay. And are you free to talk about what this movie is about, or do you want to keep that under wraps right now?
No, we can absolutely talk about it. The movie is actually about me, and it is based on a true story. Unfortunately, when I was much younger, I was at a softball game with my mother, and I was probably about 8 years old, maybe 9, and I got hit with a baseball bat by accident. And it was one of those things to where my family thought I wasn't going to make it. But
Really?
thank God. Yeah.
Wow.
So thank God, I pulled out of it, and I'm here today with you guys to speak to you guys about it.
Okay, and so that's the movie is about that accident and how it changed you, or
So it's about the accident and how my music career started, like we spoke about earlier, and becoming a two-time Grammy contender, being on tour with Afroman, having being found and discovered by Raphael Saadiq, who is from the Tony group, and going to California, and also being able to have those things put into the story, and then also having the highlights of the career, and coming from the trauma, right, of not almost making it and to making it, and now being here, being able to explain it.
okay. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Jones. I really look forward to following this story and
Yes.
hearing about the release of the movie and being able to watch it myself. And thank you so much for coming on Let's Talk on Houston City Beat. And I look forward to talking to you again.
My pleasure, and thank you guys for having me.